Koko, the 5th of June, 2025. Someone wrote, "I am too ugly to be loved." I replied, "You are beautiful. God created you and He loved how He created you. Your community makes you feel this way, but you should never say that about yourself, or even think it about yourself. It is worse to think such things about yourself. God made you how you are. If you say there is something wrong with you, then that is a sin against God. He is the one who created you. You are His creation. Never call His creation ugly, even if it is just you and in your own thoughts. God takes offense at such comments. Stop running after pleasing others and chasing a dream of looking pretty in the eyes of other people. God sees you beautiful, and that's more than enough. I would suggest prayer and worship. Show God gratitude and show Him that you are happy the way you are. You should never ask to change anything that God perfected. Do not worry about how people see you or whether you will find love. Loving God is worth more than the world itself, since He already loves you the way you are. Relationships are not even worth it. Someone wrote, "I want a breast reduction so I can show off my chest without being objectified, but I can't afford it. I can't go topless with a D cup because that's illegal. I don't know how else to flatten them. Please help me." I replied, "I assume you don't want to hear a lie. This is why you're writing here. You want an honest advice. You should not go topless. It is against morality and against human nature. There has to be a feeling of shame if you ever do, which indicates that you can still be saved. Even if this turned out to be a religious standpoint, which is not entirely the case, just by being human you need to have some shame and dignity not to expose yourself to others. That said, you were created the way you are for a purpose. You will be objectified if you go against the norm. If your parents raised you without teaching you chastity, then that's a different topic. But I believe your parents had already scolded you enough about your attitudes that you refrained from asking them such things. In fact, even if you ask your parents, they would respond that this issue you're having is very insignificant when it is compared with other issues other people face. Do you honestly think that such a problem is worth doing? Do you think, compared to people dying on a daily basis, your issue stands a chance at becoming called a serious issue or even dilemma? Have you never thought that sometimes you should be at least content with what you have when other people are dying of hunger? I mean, there honestly is no way you will get a comforting response or a rational response to such a ridiculous problem, unless you honestly think your problem is worth it. To which I would say you're wasting your life or this life, which is just sad. No other words for it. Someone wrote, "I feel like I'm broken because I was assaulted as a child. I feel like something was taken from me that I can never get back. I think I'm doomed to never feel clean or happy with myself." I replied, "There are a lot of memories that we need to let go of in order to live our lives. Even if those memories define who we are now, things could have gotten much worse, and there are some people who go through harsher circumstances. Even if you feel it was too much, there are still worse. Therefore, even in the midst of your grief, you should feel grateful. Imagine, a small amount of gratitude goes a long way. If you thank God for what little you have, it makes it so much better. So, what do you think would happen if you show gratitude for the happy memories despite the horrible ones you continuously remember?" Try to let go of the bad memories. Drown them down and hide them. They do not really define who you are. They are just an obstacle. You are not doomed. You need to choose to change that mindset. Otherwise, you'll remain as you are. Someone wrote, my attempt was already 3 months ago, but I still can't just stop thinking about it. Not as much as the first few weeks, like to the point of having nightmares about the situation, but just thinking about what happened that morning. Even though I didn't want it, it was such an odd feeling of actually being cared for, and I was actually happy in that moment when these nice people saved me. A lady and her husband also stopped to help, and it just felt so nice, yet off having people who actually cared. I can't help but think about them because the week after, my whole family treated it like a joke and acted like I was completely fine after. And I don't know. Is it bad that I missed the people who actually showed me that they cared that day? I replied, I think you have forgotten to add some explanation as to what happened 3 months ago, which triggered this incident. I hope it was not an attempt at something serious or something out of depression. God is there for you. Do not feel hopeless, ever. It is totally fine to miss those people who show you that they care. But you should not only take it to be a feeling of missing them specifically. It was not only them who did it, it was God who sent them your way. It is like God is making you feel these things towards them because you had forgotten to show Him gratitude. Believe me, nothing ever happens randomly. It is always God acting in the world and causing something to happen. These people helped make it possible, but they only did what God wanted to be done. God is the one who saved you. Show Him gratitude and be thankful for the second chance you were given, and say thank God every time you remember them. Only then will you appreciate that even your family is doing their best. This is how they console you, by laughing it off in hopes that it doesn't happen again. That is not wrong of them to do. Someone wrote, I remember when I broke up with my ex. Though then I have money, but all of a sudden something happened. I lost everything I have, and then I have been spending millions and vacation on this girl. But all of a sudden will break up because of 1,000 naira, which I could not afford it then, and now is that for me to find true love. It is hard to find true love. Most girls that I'm seeing now, they are all after my money. I just need a serious relationship and an understanding someone. I replied, is love really worth such an effort? If you are not content with your life, it will become unbearable for you until you become content with what you have. Even if you start losing everything because you were ungrateful in the beginning, it is a way that God uses to punish people for not being grateful. Could you have spent the money on poor people? You could. Could you have saved the whole family from poverty for multiple months? You could. But you chose to chase a dream of finding love, and you made it a life goal and a life purpose. Do not look to be in a relationship only to feel whole, thinking that you will score some good by being with a girl. Relationships are useless. Wait until you're ready for marriage, and if you have enough money, spend it on those who need it, not on a relationship that will eventually end. Others are hungry and poor. Someone wrote, "It is really sad that those of us genuinely working hard don't get any results. I know of a friend who resorted to hookup and charms. She is doing well for herself, and that cannot be my reality. The same way I started university is the same way I'm leaving. No good grades, no money, no food, no upgrade, nothing, nothing. Even boyfriend I managed to get homo. That's an entire case on its own. I'll be done in August. There's no business model. I've not tried including digital marketing. Nothing is working out for me at all. I'm just so tired. It's really so sad, and my parents expect so much from me. I can't even afford to do data plans, to even keep trying. I keep reading, hoping for the best. It becomes worse. I pray nonstop. It's just getting tighter and rougher. I can't even afford to feed two square meal a day. And I know if I try what my mates are trying, I'll end up being the scapegoat." I replied, "Sorry to hear that. Hopefully, you're coping well with your situation. A lot of people cannot find jobs nowadays, but none of them have given up, as you surely will not give up. You mentioned prayer, but I think you should pray more and probably focus on prayer for a time. Believe it or not, nothing in your life will ever happen if God does not allow it to happen, just as everything that happens is included in God's plan. You are struggling because you are meant to be struggling at this time in your life. You have to admit and acknowledge that God is the one who will provide for you and sustain you. If He doesn't allow you to find a job and thinks you need to spend more time with family, then that is what you should do. Even if you burn yourself up trying to find a job, it will not happen if He does not say it is time. Have faith in God and then do your best. Every penny that you have is because God wanted that to come to you. Only pray for what you need. Your parents will agree with what I'm telling you. Spend more time with them while you wait for your life to change." Someone wrote, "I keep feeling my partner is gonna leave me and is neglecting me. I have neglected trauma by someone I loved, and I'm afraid they'd do the same thing. I already talked to them about it, and I know they won't do that, but I can't stop feeling like this. I keep having anxiety attacks by it and feel like I'm getting neglected constantly. I don't know what to do. This feeling is always on my mind. I sometimes feel like I'm gonna pass out by it." I replied, "You feel too attached, like you can't live without being in a relationship with someone else. You seem to have based your life and your future on that fact, like all your dreams revolve around being in a relationship. This is why you feel that you might pass out. You're scared of being left alone, not of being left or broken up with. You can't imagine what it would feel like to be alone. This is what seems to scare you. Do not be attached to him. Do not give your relationship any more value than it has. You can live without them. Even if you had a traumatic experience, it happened for a reason. You should only love God, and you should worship God, and you should pray to God. If He is missing from your life, then no one would be good to have. Just like you abandon Him, you will be abandoned by those you think you love. If God's love is not enough for you, then no other's love would suffice. It will never fill the gaping void. Return to God and feel safe in your solitude. You will need no one else."